You are not seeing this video by accident. I have a very urgent message for you, and that is you are closer than you think. You see, God done see how you celebrated everyone. He saw how you showed up for everyone. He saw how you supported everyone. He saw how you congratulated everyone. You prayed for everyone. He saw how you clapped for everyone. And now God is saying it is your turn. Do not trick yourself out of your spot by giving up right when it's about to happen for you. By the way, Wagwan, I'm Tabia. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My love language is comments. So if anything resonate with you, make sure that you drop a comment down below and add to the conversation, or just simply say thanks for the video. With that being said, we could just get right up into it. I know working on things for a long period of time and not seeing any progress, any results, or any change, it can seem like, it's always gonna be like this. Why bother hope? Why bother pray? Why bother wish? Why bother set another goal? Not because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it never will. So that brings me to chapter 1 of this video, which is do not give up 3 feet from goal. So if you're like, what are you talking about, sis, about don't give up 3 feet from goal? Let me give you some context. So the context is it's coming from this book, Think and Grow Rich. It shares a real life story about a guy that was digging for gold. Okay, like I said, it's a real life story. So he was digging for gold. He found a gold mine, bought it, however he came to have that mine. So he then went and borrowed some money from his family members, his friends, and he went back there. And after digging for a while, it seemed like, oh my gosh, no more gold is in this mine. The book didn't say how long he was digging, but basically he was digging for a long time, and he finally came to the conclusion that there is no gold in this mine. So he gave up, went to a junk man and sold the equipment for a few $100s. Now that junk man went back to the same mine that he was digging, and 3 feet away from where he stopped digging, there was actual gold, millions of dollars worth of gold. So the other guy made a fortune from where the first guy had quit. So the first guy that gave up, he still had to pay off debts and other things that he had acquired to be digging in those mines, right? So years later, he was still paying off something that he could have paid off if he had just dig a little bit deeper. So I'm just cautioning someone that not because you have not been getting progress does not mean you need to assume that your time is going to be far because of what you have been seeing in the past. Because this guy probably have been digging for months, weeks, and have not seen any results until he gave up when he was actually 3 feet away. So probably if he had dug for like another week or so, he would have struck gold. So right now, I want you to muster up whatever faith you have and just believe that I am closer than I think. You really need to have that mentality, like I am closer than I think. Not because things has been slow or stagnant for the past few years, the past few days, the past few months means that it is a sign that I should give up. Okay, you could just be right around the corner from the very thing that you have been hoping, wishing, and praying that would happen. Okay, if you're saying to me, sis, you really don't get it, it has been years and I have tried and nothing seemed to be happening. I'm getting overwhelmed and I'm feeling a little depressed. It looks like logically I should give up because nothing is happening. Then this is what I'm going to say to you. Okay, which brings me to chapter 2. For us to understand life, sometimes we have to observe things in our environment and pull wisdom out of it, even the small things. So when a farmer is doing Chinese bamboo farming, what will happen is he will have to plant the seed, and for 4 years he's watering, fertilizing, doing whatever you got to do to the soil for 4 years without seeing an inch of growth. So there will be no growth, no activity above the soil for 4 whole years. And then by the 5th year, something significant happens. Over a 6-week period, the bamboo will go from having nothing above the soil to being 90 feet tall. That is extremely tall. I hope I said 60 first and not 90, because sometimes I remember in pictures. And yeah, I'm not going to get into all that. So what was really happening under the surface in those 4 years when it seemed like absolutely nothing was happening was a very important process was happening that would sustain the growth of the tall bamboo. So an elaborate root system was growing underneath the ground, because without that type of root system, it would not be able to support the type of growth that a 60 feet bamboo is going to have. Otherwise, any little rain come, it will tip over. Any little wind, it would tip over. So sometimes for the type of success that your life is going to command, you have to go through a very extensive process. So what you might be describing as, sis, nothing is happening, I feel lost, overwhelmed, I'm having delayed, I'm behind in life, I'm this, I'm that. What you could be calling stagnation could very well be your process. It could be your roots growing because of the type of results that your life is going to command. For some of you, your 60 feet bamboo is marriage. Well, God is going to look at you and say, well, okay, for the type of marriage you want that is loving and doesn't end in divorce, the process for that is going to be for you to be healed, because you're not going to talk to that man with your anger issues, because he's going to leave you. He's not going to tolerate that type of disrespect. The type of husband you're asking for, he doesn't want the type of wife that you would be if I give you the husband right now. Sometimes he'll say, you want marriage? Okay, well, the process for that, the root system for that is that you're going to be celibate. You have to learn to reject male attention while single. So when you're married and someone is giving you that attention, you do not make the mistake of entertaining it. So sometimes you want things, and what God is doing is he's preparing you. It's not that he doesn't want to give you or he's intentionally holding you back. It's because he knows, okay, there is a process that is critical and crucial for this person to go through before she can have this thing or he can have this thing, right? Some of you, your 60 feet bamboo is your own business. And then God would say, okay, the process for that is to go help someone else build their business. It is to go and run someone else's business like it was yours and see how they do things. For someone else, your 60 feet bamboo might be content creator. You want to have a big audience, and God says, okay, well, the process and preparation for that is to come and create content while there's no one watching, when there's no applause. Okay, so you can find your voice, so you can find your editing style while no one's watching, so you can grow. Okay, before he gives you the audience, before he gives you the big platform. Someone else, your 60 feet bamboo is to be the first millionaire in your family or the first person to be making six figures. And God is going to look at you and say, well, sis, you can't even manage $100 properly. So guess what? You're going to go through the process of learning how to manage a $2,000 income. Whole time, God knows, this person is going to really be making $30K per month, $50K per month. But let me start her off at a $2,000 income, a $5,000 income. Don't let your preparation or where God is growing you now make you feel like you're not meant for the top, because all the work he's doing on you is under the surface. It's behind the scenes. It's the things that nobody can see. A lot of us, we want to be seen, but let me tell you something. Being seen without proper preparation can lead to embarrassment, okay? Can you imagine if the bamboo is being seen, 3 months in? And then a little wind comes, it will fall and it would be embarrassed. And it's the same thing with you. God is trying to prepare you in such a way that when you get the thing that you're praying for, you are the right person to sustain that type of blessing. You're the right person to run that business. You're the right person to mother those children, right? I'm going very broad with these examples because, you never know who might click on the video. So if a papaya tree was growing alongside a Chinese bamboo, what the bamboo would do is be jealous. It would be envious of the papaya and say, how come in 3 months you're already so tall? But what the papaya doesn't know and what the bamboo doesn't know is that after a year, the papaya, the highest it will go is to 10, 15 feet, right? Meanwhile, the bamboo's destiny is to go to 60 feet. So sometime when God quickly give other people what they want or what they ask for, or when other people dream tend to manifest before yours, it is not to say it's never going to happen for you or because they started before you, they're going to go further than you. Because if you watch nature, like something simple as how plants grow, you can take so much wisdom out of that. So the person to shoot up first doesn't necessarily is going to be the person that's going to shoot up the highest, okay? Not because you've been waiting for a marriage a long time and a child, and then this person seemed to just be dating for a year, just got out of a relationship, got into another relationship, find her husband, and you're like, oh my God, how come she finds somebody else so quick and I'm here for 5 years trying to find a husband? And God is like, you don't even know. Their marriage is going to end in 2 years in a divorce. Your marriage is going to last for a lifetime, and you're going to have children, and your children's going to have children, and you're going to have a home, not a house. And so sometimes you have to understand that you're jealous of people's 15 feet when God intends for you to go to 60 feet. And process is extremely important, okay? Can you imagine you want to perform heart surgery as a surgeon, and your preparation that you want is that of a McDonald's worker? McDonald's workers are pushed out in like 5-7 days. A heart surgeon is like 17 years of study. So sometime when you see how long God is taking with you, when you see how he has you working on yourself, working on your mindset, buying this course, buying this book, setting this goal, and and really striving to be better. Sometimes that it is preparation for where you're really going to go. You might not be able to see how far you're going to go in life, but look at your roots. What is God doing with you now? Is he talking to you about your attitude? Is he talking to you about your work ethic? Is he talking to you about your sleep schedule? Is he talking to you about your eating habits? What is God talking to you about now? Because that is the root. Where in your life is the pain? Sometimes that is the root. And let me tell y'all something, because some of you don't think process and preparation is important, but let me tell you something, sis, and I mean this with all sincerity. Some blessings can kill. I have seen blessings that unalive people, literally. I've seen people celebrate buying bikes and celebrating their success and not knowing that same bike that he bought was going to be the end of his life. I've seen people celebrate buying cars that end up killing them because they were not prepared, they were not equipped, their roots did not grow down deep enough to sustain the things that they want. A lot of people, the money that they get is the reason why they end up dying, literally. Okay, I don't even know if on YouTube I can say those things, but hopefully it's good. Right? But I'm telling you, some people, if you were to be put on a stage and you're not prepared, you will leave the stage in embarrassment and tears. You think Beyonce comes out and perform and give the best performance of her generation time and time again because she practiced for 2 days? Okay, I heard that for Coachella, I think it was like almost a year, 8 months out of preparation for a 2-hour performance. A lot of us, we don't want to spend time in preparation. We don't want God to work on us. We just want to come out quickly, like we're instant oats. We just want to be in there. We just want to have the goal today, manifest it tomorrow, and then we're not the person that can sustain it. I'm gonna just put myself on the chopping block and say this. I have made a lot of money compared to people my age. A lot. I was not able to manage and sustain that type of money that I got because I was ill-equipped. I didn't know what to do. I did not understand finances and how to manage money. And now I'm not so thirsty for money. I'm not so thirsty for things because I understand that you can get it and lose it because you simply wasn't prepared, right? And maybe a part of my preparation process was making the money and losing the money so I can know exactly what to do next time. So I'm telling you guys, sometimes you're praying for some blessings, some things you call your goals, your dreams, whatever you want to label it as. Sometimes those things can come into your life and put you at a worse spot. Okay, some people celebrate meeting people that were going to be the worst person they ever met in their entire life. People celebrate things coming into their life that is going to be a burden later on. So I'm just saying to you, just have patience and understand that sometimes process is very important. Sometimes when opportunities come, it is too late to prepare. Use the time now to prepare. Use the time now to self-develop, because when the opportunity comes, you might need to be ready in 6 weeks. You might have back-to-back growth and things that you need to do in 6 weeks, but without the proper process ahead of that, you won't be ready. You won't be ready for that job. You won't be ready for that promotion. You won't be ready for that body. You won't be ready for those children. You won't be ready for that business. Did I say business already? You won't be ready for that type of audience. You won't be ready for nothing without preparation. Okay. I saw a post on Instagram and the person was like, I'm gonna grow to the heavens. And the guy said, well, let me tell you something, because he did it in like a little dark tone too. He was like, if you want branches that reaches to the heaven, you gotta make your roots go down deep into hell. So that further emphasized the point that I was making. If you want your branches to reach the heavens, you have to understand the price for that is your roots has to reach deep enough to touch hell. Okay, you gotta touch some hell when you want heaven. So I don't want to stay too long on that point. I feel like that point was well made. And so that brings me to chapter 3 of this video, which is growth is not linear. So to make sure that we are all on the same page here, when I say growth is not linear, I mean when growth is happening in your life, it doesn't look like a graph with the line starting at the base and going up steadily and gradually. That's not how growth is, especially when you're doing things like a creative path. So the entrepreneurial people, the side hustle people, the content creating people, the people that are doing anything outside of like a 9 to 5. Growth is not linear. Growth is non-linear, which means there's going to be some spikes. There's going to be some ups and downs. That's the cadence, but not because you're going down sometimes doesn't mean that you're going to continue to go down. A lot of people make this mistake where they think if it's going up, it's always going to be up and it's going to be stuck. And they think if it's going down, I'm just going to go down, 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 down forever. No, that's not how life is. You will have those highs and lows. You'll have good days, bad days. It will go up and down. So to put this into a better context so you guys could see what I'm talking about in real life is this. Let's say you're a content creator you've posted 10 videos, all 10 got 100 views. You would think, okay, if I post a video and it does well, it's going to get like 1,000 views. But that's not how life works. That's gradual growth. That's linear growth, where you think that you're steadily going to grow. What could happen is you could go from getting 100 views for the last 10 videos, 1,000 views for the last 10 videos. You go and you post video number 11 and you get 100,000 views. You get 1,000,000 views. And I'm testimony of that myself. So I took a break from Instagram and then I went back and I post. The post did so bad. It was like 3 or 4 posts that got under 10,000 views. And then I was like, okay, seemed like I got a lot of work to do. It's going to be a while before my page get back to where it was. So yeah, it's far. I thought it was far before I would start seeing my engagement up. So I go to post video number 5 or 6, whichever one. And when I look, that video right now is at 2.1 million views. So how come my last video got less than 10,000 views and the one right after that, okay, got 2.1 million views? That is what I mean when I say growth is not linear, okay? You can go from you're not making a lot of sale to one influencer reposting your stuff and you get a bunch of sale, and that put your business on the map. Okay, I saw that happen with a girl that sold freckles and Taylor Swift used her freckle thing, shouted her out, her life changed. So many people think that growth is going to be so far because of what their past had showed them. Start to look forward, because sometimes our past is a liar. Our past was just a stepping stone, okay? You can have exponential growth. You can have a quantum leap, okay? Where the results are like this for a while, then you get a big shoot up. But here's the thing, okay? Because I must warn you, whenever you have an explosive growth, it's going to come back down a little. It might not go back down to where you're coming from, but it's going to go back down a little, okay? I'm warning my creative people, my business people, my side hustle people, don't ever get ahead of yourself when you have like these big spikes. But the point here is that growth is not linear, okay? If you have been riding a low point right now, just know if you continue, there's going to be a spike. There's going to be something is going to happen for you, okay? Because growth is not linear. So let me give you another example. I started a business first month, okay? It was $1,000 and some change. I ended that year making over $100,000, but the first month was only 1,000. How is that possible? Because growth is non-linear. So some people think if I'm going to make 100,000 at the end of the year, that means I would have to make about $10,000 every month. Okay, or 8,000 something every month, right? In order to end the year making 100,000. But that is not how growth happens. You might start off month 1, 1,000, month 2, 2,000, month 3, go back to 1,000, month 4, 5,000, then 10, then 15, 25, then back to 10 again. That is how growth happens a lot of time. So if you guys are overwhelmed, depressed, when you look back at your track record, baby, that's just your roots. Okay, girl, that's just your roots. Don't worry, that's your roots. Whenever people come to you and they say, your business haven't taken off yet, you haven't gotten a brand deal yet, nobody emailed you back about from the job, just say, girl, that's my roots. That's my roots. Okay? When they come and they say, oh, you went on 20 dates and none of them ended up being a relationship or anything significant, just say, girl, those are my roots. Those are my roots. Oh, you've been going to school for how long now and you still haven't gotten a job? Girl, that's my roots. Okay, that's my roots. Don't let nobody shame you for your roots. Okay, your quantum leap could be a moment away. Okay, once you're consistent, provided that you're consistent, provided that you're working on yourself, provided that you are competent for real. Okay, because I'm not gonna baby lazy people who isn't doing anything. But once you know that you're doing the right thing and you're growing and you're getting better every day, then your quantum leap is around the corner. Then your quantum leap could just be if you push for another month. Your quantum leap could be 2025. Your quantum leap could be 2026 and so forth. To be honest, I'm in the talking mood, but guess what? At some point this video got to end and I'm thinking this is the point, but I just want to say one thing. Sis, please like the video, comment, subscribe, do something, girl, to show me that this video resonated with you and this message was for you. That's it. Bye.